And you're tuned in to the trends right here on TV3. My name is AJ Akwa. A very big thank you again to Quintel Glitter for my lovely outfit today and first choice for my hair. Now allow me to introduce my amazing group of guests who have joined me to discuss all things trending on social media. First and foremost, she is a creative writer, a creative all-round through, a playwright and everything else inclusive, a radio presenter, and of course an all-round cool girl. It's the one and only Akosia Hansen. Hi, Akosia.
How are you?
Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you.
Now, next to her, we have media personality, a lady who doesn't shy away from sharing her thoughts and truly is on the beat of everything. The one and only Ikia Tilly, or Tilly Ikia Nipa. Hi, Tilly.
Hello.
You look lovely.
Thank you.
I'm loving the look.
You too.
Why, thank you.
You look very nice.
And of course, the one and only the man with a pop culture beat. He is always on top of things, and of course, known as a deep throat source himself. Oh, Lele, Emmanuel Lele Salvador is here. Hi, Lele.
Shala.
Hello. How have you, gentlemen and ladies, been? How's the week been?
Crazy.
Good? Yeah.
We thank God the weekend is here.
Yes. Oh, we're very happy about that. We're very happy.
Moving very fast.
But something that got everybody up in a bit of a tizzy was so MP for Dominic Kwabena, who has sort of over the last year or so relocated to the US. In fact, in 2022, she was called to the Privileged Committee in Parliament because she had been absent for a year. And it wasn't even a debate on if they should leave her seat vacant, but she was taking off her position in government. She has faced quite a bit of a lot of backlash for not staying in the jurisdiction, but she has come to apologize to not only the president, the party, the chief of staff, and the vice president, but her constituents as well, on her reason being, or for her long absence being, her own personal issues she had to deal with. Let's take a look at the video.
My party for the New Patriotic Party, any party paying for. He declined Mampenina and the Dankwe Kufuatu. My bedi the vice president. Yema me the chief of staff. Honorable Frema Osei Opare. Majority leader and the entire leadership of parliament. Mimianum Emrashe for majority caucus. Me percent me fa kwenye so epamu nyina chew emebi a etwe mu ene ye bi a efiri me ho ebaaye se me sere mo se enya ni da ho ene enye madwin na na mesi ne pi sesebe me de monim betwitwi fom ene ama bebre na na ekoso ewo mabrabo mu ene mabusie mu me fa akwenye so de nyankopon din sere mu nyina. The regional executive, Greater Accra, the constituency executives, our chairman Bonsu Eda Anu, the headquarters of New Patriotic Party, the general secretary, every national.
So yes, that was Honorable Adwoa Safo MP for Dome Kwabena apologizing to the party executives, the president and everyone inclusive on a long absence which she attributes to her own personal challenges. How did you all feel seeing this video? I'll start with you, Lily.
Needless.
Hey.
Yeah, absolutely needless.
Oh,
and
but shouldn't she apologize for?
No, for what? I think people have even forgotten about this. People have moved on with their lives. I mean, I don't know why she thought it wise to come out now. Matter of fact, I don't think she's even apologizing to us. She's apologizing.
I don't think she mentioned the constituents. Some people explain that they didn't hear constituents.
No, she wasn't apologizing to us because she doesn't care about us, because Kiana Gate will still vote for her. I think she.
Oh, you think?
Oh yeah, I think she knows her constituency. I think she knows that she has a hold in that constituency.
Oh,
I mean, so I think this presser or this monologue was just to either apologize to her party, and at large they apologize to the parliamentary caucus. And for me, I mean, I don't understand why people were even going haywire about this. I think it's one of those things that we need to ignore because they're important things, at hand. And clearly, we are just about, a couple of months away from stepping into a proper, political run, election zone. So, strategies are being rolled out. People know what they need to do to, should I say, capture the hearts of their constituents or capture the hearts of their delegates whatsoever. So it's just like a simple, tactic or trick in the playbook. And I think the current Ghanaian is very discerning. And now they could tell when obviously it's just an old trick from a political book. So me, personally, it was absolutely needed. I think she should have done this a long time before the Privileges Committee when she was invited or when she returned from the States. If indeed there were some personal issues that, were troubling her. But instead, I think around that period, we saw Facebook posts and TikTok videos, and it came off though as
I don't care.
Like I don't care, like I don't know, like until Charlie, I really tired of this thing, So yeah, it's between her party, and then Parliament, and if her constituency still think she's fit enough because she deserted the constituency for a whole year.
She did, yes.
Yeah, and then I think she left in the hands of her party director, a constituency director to be, taking some of the challenges or looking at some of the challenges in terms of their roads and stuff like that. And when she came back, for me, it is the posture when she returned to Ghana, because there were a number of invitations. She was even asked to do some of these, conversations via Zoom, and she still did not allow that to happen.
Okay.
So whatever it is that's going on between her camp and then Parliament, it's up to them. Yeah.
Tilly.
Hello. I think I agree with him largely, but the point where he says Ghanaians are discerning, and I don't.
You don't think we've gotten to that point yet?
I don't think so. Those that will vote for her to come again, they are there.
They will vote again.
They will vote again.
After she's been gone like over a year.
Oh, they will.
She
She will vote for me the whole 4 years. Once it's time for election, she knows what she has to do to get the power. They know. They know that we are not ready to learn as a nation. They know.
Wow.
Yes, they know. They know, because when I've watched the video over and over again, she never really mentioned the people she never mentioned though. It was the party and this and this. So she knows that, when we say Konongo Kaya. Me, I mean, sorry, more being swag. That's what she's doing. And she knows very well that, the people that will have to put her in power, which is the people, she has them already. She doesn't have to do much, because really, what was the purpose of this?
But at this point in time, the party has to enable her stand for the primaries. Yeah. And the thing is, if you've been disrespectful to the party, which has been the opinion of most of the party members, you have to apologize to the party before they allow you to stand for the primaries. Before you don't go to apologize to the people.
You've actually answered the question. You've actually really answered it. So the people, the person or the group of people that she actually knows that can actually decide whether or not she should run or she can run again is the party, which is why she's apologizing. But when it comes to us, you say we are fala, like you ask for people.
Also, do you think that with the people of Kapenya after every, in fact, have you seen the roads in Domingo?
Yeah, it's crazy.
See, there are reasons why you decide, I don't want this person or I want that person. She knows that in the very West, you are still picking her. So it's not this that will make you change your mind. So the people that are actually discerning, which is the party people, whoever will decide, those are the ones she's apologizing to. Your road is not good, you don't care. How did she come in power? How did she do it?
They voted.
The people. So she knows that even when she put you in the worst condition, you made her who she is now. So the people that can actually effect change, the people that can say, no, you don't have the chance to go again, or those are the ones she's supposed. Now you the constituent, she doesn't care.
But she's not gotten to that point yet. She has to win the primary before she come and beg.
The people she has to apologize to are those people, not first of those people, because
But she's not gotten to that point where she's not yet the aspirant parliamentary
No, but
candidate.
She's current.
She's current MP.
Eh,
Yes.
But she's already chopped the mandate.
No, but she's the current MP. And in fact,
She needs to come back for...
no, the people that she had to actually apologize to the most were the people that were hoping that, oh, yeah, MPP will why. Because mind you, when they want the power, they know the people. They come to the
Yes,
people.
that one,
So
yeah.
if you've done something that you've been absent for a very long, and you see, we are not that discerning. I'm telling you. I'm sure people don't even know she has been away for a long time.
You know, her people demonstrated
On the back
same
roads,
roads,
yes.
you know, demanding her return
Yeah.
and why she. So if, like she's saying, if she thinks at this point in time, now that you have the opportunity to address everybody, and you think at this point in time, the only two groups of persons that are important to you is your party
And
and
the
the parliament
presidency.
and the presidency. Then
You don't really care about the people. I just think it's one of those things to start a conversation around her.
Yeah.
So probably she finally decides to, let's start that conversation. And she knows that Ghanaians, we are gullible. She knows that, oh, my power. And you see the way she's speaking in tree.
Yeah.
they know the playbook. They have the playbook. How much shall say, Mommy. You get it?
Onimukra.
Yes, she knows. And she knows that if she uses a local dialect, how there's this woman, they'll be like, oh, if you're not the baby, you're and I'll be doing the for channel.
Right.
The 24 kind, or be here, or that's why you're in chat.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows we are not
Okay.
discerning enough to see that this is a Konogo Kaya. She knows.
I could say your thoughts.
Yes, Charlie. As for me, I'm not political. I think I mentioned it last week, and this is why there seems to be that the focus is not Ghana. The focus is the party. Right, and that's why we have the country that we have today. It's not about being Ghanaian. It's not about putting the Ghanaian agenda there. It's about power, and the power is by the political party systems you just mentioned. It's the party you told us that it's the party that's going to put it up in the first place for it to run in the first place. So me, when I saw that, and I didn't hear constituents. It was like party, then mention the leadership, mention the chief of staff of the party, and all of that. So it's like. That's the focus because that's the focus. And as a Ghanaian citizen, this should worry you. I feel like this should worry you because it's like you are not the agenda. Yet they are in the throes of power, using our resources, deciding things for us when we are not the agenda in the first place. I think another part of this was she was the Minister for Gender, wasn't she, when that was revoked. And in the years that have come till now, we've seen the big uproar with gender and sexuality and the just general ignorance about things. And all this while, the Ministry of Gender has been quiet.
very quiet.
Always been quiet. And for me, that's where the conversation should have been leading. So for me, as a feminist, that was a place. I was like, who is the Minister for Gender? And so even at that time, I was looking at that like, I was hoping how you gonna make this position, something. Usually we care about all the other ministries, but also the Ministry of Gender is always like
it's something is a light.
Exactly.
But it shouldn't be.
When it shouldn't be. We are seeing why it shouldn't be because of the world we are in today, because of the conversations that are trending in Ghana today. It shows you that is also a very huge part of the people, of the culture, and the Ministry of Gender should be the one leading these conversations. So for me, it's disappointing. But all of us should see. We shouldn't get jaded at this is we should. Things have to stop. There has to be a serious creative revolution around all of this. Is what I think.
I like that. Well, let's take a look at some of your tweets because you have been very vocal about it on social media. Getting into a few of them, and now Papa Kwesi says, I just have to apologize to everyone in this video except the very people that voted for her to occupy the seat, the constituents of Dome Kwabinya. Like, seriously? Car battery dealer the Bojona says, you see the order of the apology. Party first of the people, voters, meanwhile, it's because of your votes, you no go need again, that be why she they apologize. The day we go and understand the role we they play, things go really change. Raphael Aram says, now I just have seen fit to apologize because she wants another term in parliament. What politicians can't do for power doesn't exist. I just have a matter, dear. The voters for in area for Shuamwa, the onus lies on the MPs to let people know their responsibility. Yet they fail to do so because using developmental projects to campaign is convenient, helps them to ignore the true act of legislating. This, we shall come to that. If I say it again, I will say it again. If Adwoa wins the Dome Kwabinya seat again, then the people of Dome Kwabinya don't have vision for making me sigh.
I that's my consistency.
And Nana say, I am, Dia says, if her constituents vote for her, pan, dear, I'll always say Ghana has no future.
Well, Ghana has a future.
Oh.
We'll keep voting
Me,
for you.
I'm from. That's where I've stayed my whole life. That's why since I was a child till now.
Mr. Sweet says, Adwoa Safo is that toxic ex. You're trying to move on. And she comes like, hey, it's been a long time.
Hey, big head.
I miss you.
Hey, big head.
You good? Let's hang out. Crony says, LOL, election time they come, so public apology and everything will go back to factory reset. Few monies for the people in her constituency and all hail Adwoa Safo. The cycle never ends. Oh well. Nia J says, people like Adwoa Safo should never be considered as candidates for a place in government anywhere. Okay. Okay. Efo Etonam says, Adwoa Safo figures say elections won't come again. We saw the outrage of the people in her constituency, but election will come and she will win massively because Ghanaians are short-minded. You mean short-sighted. Lazy programmer says, Adwoa Safo apologizing only means she wants another term. This is politics 101. Dominic Kabinja people shouldn't fall for this. Oh well. Well, we'll see about that. But one of the tweets, and I think I want to go into that point, one of the tweets that really stood out to me is the one that said how MPs usurp the power of DCs and MCs. They're the ones actually supposed to bring developments into the areas. But MPs always create this perception that they're the ones that are bringing in the roads and then the highways and all of that. But they're not actually the ones. And so when they don't bring in the development, then they now hold them responsible, and nobody ever actually holds the DCs responsible. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
Because we've made it look like the MPs are the poster children of what our representatives will be in Parliament. You know, I don't think there's enough education around what an MC is, these letters, municipal chief executive, district chief executive, and then your MP.
Yeah.
Now, all these MCs and DCs report to your MP, and then your MP reports to Parliament. So there's not enough education on the streets about that. And that is why the MCs and the DCs take advantage of that ignorance to not do their work. Do you get it? But if you're an MP and you come and campaign to me and tell me that, oh, I will build your roads, I'll do that, and I give you the power.
And you don't do it.
What I'm expecting you is you need to ensure
that your DC
Exactly.
are doing
uses
the job.
the budget allocated to do the job.
How many times do we hear in the news an MC or DC has been fired by the MP, or an MP has raised an argument in Parliament to have the DC or the MC fired for not doing their job? It's because the MP themselves are not doing their job.
They're supposed to advocate.
Exactly. And because it's driven politically, everybody is holding somebody's, you know, yawa. You get me? How you came into power is how you want to sustain the power to, you don't get the opportunity again. So everybody is just trying to cover each other's, you know, nakedness, quote unquote, just to make sure that they confuse the constituents. So the MC is chilling, the DC is chilling,
Everybody
and the MP is getting all the heat.
And everyone is just
You understand?
Charlie.
I saw some judge interacting with a tweet online, or now that's an ex Twitter. I don't know how to even say that.
Yeah.
But a tweet online, and he was schooling the guy to let the guy know. For him, he didn't campaign for roads in his neighborhood or in his constituency. He only said he was going to make sure that he brought developments to the constituency, be it roads, hospitals, whatsoever. It's just a blanket statement. But there are MCs or DCs responsible for these things to make it happen. So why haven't we held them accountable? Because we find it very convenient to come and stand in front of us and say, oh, vote for me and I'll get this thing done. Vote for me and I'll get that done. But when it comes to questioning you guys as to why using your own campaign promises, we put the campaign promises before you, put the manifestos before you, and now you are now telling us that, oh, and you're saying, yo. So why is it when you're campaigning, you didn't tell us that, oh, when I come, I will find competent MCs or DCs
to be able to do just that for it.
You get me?